Hi, I'm Jeff with Summit Mortgage, and this is Mortgage Points. In this video, I'm going to talk about income qualification, one of the biggest topics in qualifying for a mortgage. How do we determine the income that we can use? I hear or I work with clients all the time who tell me I'm making $10,000 a month. That's what my last paycheck says. Well, that doesn't mean that that's your qualifying income. We have to look at a number of factors to see how much of that income is really usable to qualify you for a mortgage. For example, is that salary? Is that hourly wage? Is that commission? Is it overtime? Is it bonus? Et cetera, et cetera. All these things have to be uh, evaluated differently in order to determine what your income is that we can use to qualify for a mortgage. Let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So here you can see the general income guidelines for a pretty generic 30-year fixed kind of a mortgage. You can see what we got to do is we have to evaluate stability and predictability of the income. And so different types of income are evaluated differently. So for example, salary income, you're making $5,000 guaranteed twice a month, $10,000 total. That's great. Highly stable, very predictable. Anything that's not salary is probably going to fit into the variable income category, which means we've got to look at the history of your receipt. How long have you been getting this income, and at what level? Is it been for the last 12 months? 24 months is preferred. But we've got to look at it and see where it's coming from and what you've been getting and how often are you getting it. Is it coming hourly? Are you getting paid twice a month, every 2 weeks, once a month? And how's it trending? Is it stable? Is it increasing? Has it been decreasing? Has it restabilized after decreasing? Does it look like it's continuing to decline? All these things have to be taken into account to determine income. And then we've got to look at, well, is it likely to continue? Is there an expiration date on this income? For example, it's a temp job and it's going to end in 6 months, or it's some other type of employment that is only guaranteed for a certain contract period of time. Well, if that's the case, then we've got to look at, well, what's going to happen after that income expires? Is there more income coming? Is there something else in place, or is that going to be the end of it? And so we've got to be reasonably assured that for the income that we're qualifying, that it's going to be continuing for the next 3 years. Now, there's many types of incomes that we have to look at, and they're all treated differently. Let me show you that. So here on this list, you see a list of things that are other types of income that we can look at. Alimony, capital gains income, employment offers or contracts that you signed but you haven't actually started working for yet. That can be counted as qualifying income. Foreign income, interest and dividends, notes that you have out there. My favorite, restricted stock units. Love those. They're hugely complicated. Schedule K1 income from a business, tip income, VA benefits income. And all of these types of income are going to be treated differently. Here's the requirements for alimony income and automobile allowances, border income. All of these things have to be taken into account for all these types of income because we've got to evaluate their stability, their continuity, and just how much you're actually getting or have been receiving. So it's kind of a complicated process. So qualifying income, it's complicated, and your buyers might get frustrated that we keep asking for this document and that document and whatnot. And that's because we are kind of walking a fine line between trying to find every penny of usable income and not making them provide documentation that we don't really need, like tax returns. If we don't need a tax return, I don't want to see a tax return. So anyway, it's just not simple, and like I said, we're trying to get every penny of income we can. It's just we have to treat it all differently and follow the rules to be able to use it. So if anybody has any questions, you know where to reach me. I'm Jeff at Summit Mortgage, and this has been Mortgage Points.